Good evening and welcome to this learning video. What I'm going to talk about in this video is a question that I get many times in Microsoft Word. You'll see here that I have a long list of items. I just happen to have chosen Major League Baseball. What I want to talk about is a topic that deals with numbering items. And many people get confused with how to use the multi-list item feature, which is this button right here. So in order to get this inserted correctly, my recommendation is type all of your entries in regular normal fashion. And you'll see what I did was I pressed the enter key after each line. Then what we have to do is we have to highlight the entire list. I did a Control A, and then I went on my Home tab, as I mentioned, this multi-level list button. I'm going to click it, and down at the bottom it says define new multi-level list, which is what I want to do. When the dialog box comes up, I just make sure that level 1 is highlighted because there is only one level, but I could modify each level later on if I wanted to by selecting here each individual level and then making the necessary changes. But I don't have to do that. So all I do is make sure that I have an indentation. I chose 1/4 of an inch, which is the default, and I click OK. Now all of a sudden everything has come up with one single level. But now what I want to do is I want to indent the second entry right here. So I click right at the beginning of the text and I simply hit the tab key. It's that easy. Now I have 5 teams that are in the East Division. I must highlight those, and then I hit the tab key not once but twice. And you probably guessed it, I will then go to the front of the next line, the text in front of Central Division, press the tab key, then highlight the teams underneath that, press the tab key twice, and you get the idea. When all is said and done, you see that I have broken down the 2 leagues, National League, American League. Each league has the 3 divisions, East, Central, and West, and each of the divisions have their own appropriate teams, and they're all indented correctly. Now, let's just say I want to add a couple of players' names already in this list that has already been set up correctly. How will it work? Well, let's find out. I'm going to add a couple players for the Philadelphia Phillies. So I click at the end of the line, Philadelphia Phillies, press the enter key, and just simply hit the tab key and type in the names of the players. And there you go. That was easy, wasn't it? Suppose I want to change the layout of the numbering levels, meaning how the numbers show up. For example, I have a 1, then letter A, then a Roman numeral 1. Suppose I just want symbols instead of numbers and letters. Can I do that? Absolutely. You'll see right here I'm at the top of the list. I click on the multi-level list button again, and I just choose an option from the library. I'll choose this one right here. There you go. It was that easy. Now suppose I want to bring it back to the way it was with the number 1, the letter A, Roman numeral numbers 1 through 5, and so forth. But I want to change the font of just the levels where the divisions are. How would I do that? I get that question a lot as well. Here we go. Number 1, I'm going to change it back to the way I had it before. There we go. Now I'm going to click right before this line here that says East Division, because I want to change the font of the letters A, B, C, A, B, and C. So as I mentioned, I'm right in front of the East Division level list button. I choose define new multi-level list. And people get confused at that point because they think they're going to have a completely brand new list. But no, what's happening is I just want to change one of the levels. Now, the reason why number 2 became highlighted is because that's where my insertion point currently is. And what I want to do is I want to first reflect that that's what is showing right here, the format. I click the font button and I pick a different font. You can see what it looks like in the preview area. When I click OK 2 times, you'll see that it did just that. It will change just the level of that East, Central, and Western Division and change just the font of those individual letters. Now, if I were to add a new division, I would press the Enter key after one of the last divisions. I'd have to hold down my Shift key and press Tab. And you will see, put a C in. And then all I have to do is just put in the name of the new division. Midwest Division. Press the Enter key, hit the Tab key, and I'm just continuing with what I had. Probably would be better if I zoomed in a bit so you can see the letters a little bit more clearly. There you go. So, no more mystery out of creating multi-level lists. I showed you how easy it was. The summary is, on this topic, type all of your data one line at a time, then highlight all of it, then go to the multi-level list button, choose define new multi-level list, pick your style, and then you'll have to go and hit the Tab key to indent or highlight multiple entries and hit the Tab key a few times to indent. And don't forget, holding down the Shift key with Tab brings you in the opposite direction. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great evening.